Amanda, I want to play a game.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my Christmas horror movies watch list. Now, if you missed last week's video, that was my winter horror movies watch list. I'm going to be leaving the link here and also on the description box down below. And now we're focusing on Christmas. Today, for the sake of the video, I am only going to be talking about 10 horror movies on this list, but this list is 32 films long. That's way too long for me to be talking here, so the link for that, since the list is available on my Letterboxd profile, is going to be also down below. And I also did a blog post on my website. That one is 16 movies, so I have different versions of this list. Also, the link is down below. This one are my personal favorites. I love Christmas horror movies. I don't know what they have, but I just love the combination of the holidays with horror, and I believe that they are so cozy and so comforting, at least for me. So they get me so excited, since watching them during December just hits different. So let's get right into it, into my 10 Christmas horror movies watch list. As always, for the sake of the video, I am going to be talking about these movies in chronological order, and I want to start with a slasher classic, Black Christmas from 1974. This one follows during their Christmas break. A group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger. This one is now available on Prime Video. This is the ultimate classic, and I could say, like, maybe hot take, this is the best Christmas horror movie. I don't know, at least it is for me. I love slasher and I also like Christmas. So once again, this is the perfect combination. This film also has two remakes, one from 2006 and one from 2019. If you ask me, I would recommend watching the 2006 version, since I am not a fan of the 2019 remake. So if you have already watched the original but you want to get yourself into something different but within the same story, then you have two options. But my recommendation will be the 2006, since I have a soft spot in my heart for the early 2000 movies and slashers. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit biased, but I just love that version. But of course, the 1974 version is never going to be top. The next one is another classic. I know that for some people these may not be horror, but for me it's horror adjacent, and it's the Gremlins. This one follows a young man inadvertently breaks three important rules concerning his new pet and unleashes a horde of malevolently mischievous monsters on a small town. This one is available on HBO Max. The Gremlins are a Christmas classic, and once again, may not be 100% horror, but it has some horror elements. It's also a comedy, so this is perfect even for the little ones. Next, I have Silent Night, Deadly Night. This one follows a little Billy that witnesses his parents getting killed by Santa after being warned by his senile grandpa that Santa punishes those who are naughty. Now Billy is 18 and out of the orphanage, and he has just become Santa himself. And this one is available on video on demand. This one was so successful that it has a whole franchise. For the sake of the video, I am only going to be recommending the first one, but on my full list available on my Letterboxd profile, there you have all of the other ones, Silent Night films, including the remake that came out in 2012, I am not mistaken. Next is another one that is dark fantasy, it's not horror, but I feel that would be wrong not having it on the list. And it's my ultimate favorite movie, and it's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This one follows Jack Skellington, king of Halloween Town, discovered Christmas Town, but his attempts to bring Christmas to his home caused confusion. This one is available on Disney+. Again, I know this is not horror, this is dark fantasy, although dark fantasy is a combination of fantasy and horror, but I feel that it would be wrong to not having it. I watch this movie all the time. Like I said, it's my ultimate favorite movie ever. This is my top. This is the one that made me fall in love not only with dark fantasy but also with stop motion. I just love this, and it's the perfect movie to watch on Halloween and Christmas. Although some people say that it's Halloween, some people say that it's Christmas. I feel that it's both, and for me that's more than perfect. So if you have never watched this masterpiece, take this as your sign. Next, I have Dead End. This one follows Christmas Eve. On his way to his in-laws with his family, Frank Harrington decides to try a shortcut for the first time in 20 years. It turns out to be the biggest mistake of his life. This one is available on Prime Video. This is another road trip goes wrong. This is a film that I didn't knew what to expect the first time that I saw it. I was surprised and I enjoyed it way more than I was expecting. This film doesn't have the best reviews, but I still feel that it's worth watching, and I could say that it has a plot twist, and also it's different from the usual Christmas horror movies, since this one feels more just like a regular horror movie but just takes place during Christmas Eve. So if that is what you're looking for, this may be the one for you. Next is one of my top favorite Christmas horror movies, and is P2. This one follows a businesswoman that is pursued by a psychopath after being locked in a parking garage on Christmas Eve. This one is available on Prime Video. This is a film that since the first time that I saw it when I was a kid, I loved it. This is mostly one location since she is trapped on this parking lot. I could say from the first 15-20 minutes we don't see many places, only the building and mostly the parking lot. And I feel that is a very scary situation. Like, imagine getting trapped on a parking lot and suddenly you are with a psychopath that is making everything on purpose. This is just like that, and a film that just takes place during Christmas Eve, but it's not fully correlated to the holiday. Of course, you're going to be seeing the Santa costume and the lights and the decor. It's going to be more of a regular horror. So once again, if that is what you're looking, this is a must watch. This is one I can watch any time of the year. Honestly, I don't even know why, but I just love it so damn much that for me, this is always going to be a must watch, specifically during this season. Next is one that I believe that by now can be considered a little bit of a classic during Christmas, and is Krampus. This one follows a boy who has a bad Christmas, accidentally summons a festive demon to his family home. This one is available on HBO Max. This one is more of a comedy than anything, but I still feel again that it has become a classic and a must watch. But I also find really interesting the whole history and the lore around Krampus. Such an interesting story. Next, I have Better Watch Out. This one follows on a quiet suburban street. A babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion. This one is available on Tubi. This one caught me by surprise since I wasn't expecting it to turn into comedy horror, but it ended up being enjoyable, since this is something that I have said so many times already, but I am not the biggest fan of comedy horror, so I don't enjoy them as much as other people. But in the case of this one, it didn't become a favorite of mine, but I enjoyed it and I can rewatch it, so that's why I put it on the list. It's one that I will rewatch during this season. Next is A Wonderful Knife. This one follows after saving her town from a psychotic killer. Winnie Carter's life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she's never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where without her, things could be much, much worse. This one is available on Shudder. I did a review of this film last year. I didn't love it, but right now I don't hate it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember how I felt or what I said on that video, but right now I don't hate the movie. So if you never saw it when it came out last year, now this may be your chance. So it's a Shudder original, has Justin Long in it, so maybe that is enough motivation for you to watch it. But also I am going to be leaving the link of my review in case that you want to hear my full thoughts, although I'm going to apologize, I don't remember much of what I said. And I am going to end the list with the most recent release, and is Terrifier 3. This one follows Art the Clown that is set to unleash chaos on the unsuspecting residents of Miles County as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve. This one is available on video on demand. I also did a review of this film. I am also going to be leaving the link in case that you want to hear my full thoughts. I love it. Terrifier 3, I was so grateful that I was able to watch it in theater. Such an enjoyable time. I have rewatched it a couple times ever since it came out on video on demand, and I think that is going to become a must watch for me during Christmas. I love Terrifier 1 and 2, but those are during Halloween, so those ones are for the Halloween season. But this one, since I like it so much, is going to stay on my Christmas watch list. And with this, I end the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, the full list is available on my Letterboxd profile. The link is down below if you want even more. And if you want winter, I did a video last week and the links are also down below. Thank you so much for watching. The next time that we're going to be seeing each other is going to be for my Nosferatu review, since the film comes out next week during Christmas, but I'm going to be watching it on the 26th. So the review will be coming on Friday 27th. So for now, thank you so much for watching. Also, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope that you have a great time with your family, your friends, your dog, your spouse, with whoever you're going to spend it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. And yeah, before I go, I am going to be doing a Q&A for my last video of this year. So if you have any question regarding horror or anything that you want to know about myself or any other question, you can leave it down below. I'm going to be taking those questions and that video will be coming at the end of the year. So if you have anything that you want to ask me that maybe you don't know, you want to hear my opinion on something specifically, let me know down below. And now with that, I close. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Game over.